Look. As soon as I turn it on, you ran away from me. Hello. Wave. Wave. Hello. I'm not happy. When are you ever? I know, Snugs. I know it's very hot. She's like, get off me, it's too hot for cuddles. Not today. Although she didn't grizzle. She has been napping for like, I don't know, past 3 hours, so maybe some of an attention is what she needs. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel that knows nothing. I'm Jem and let's get to it. So today we're diving on into the aesthetically pleasing book tag. So let's go and look at some pretty books. Question number 1 in this tag is best color combo, and I have gone nowhere else but what my favorite colors are, which is pink and blue. And also there's just something to love about this like aesthetic and these guys, like he's dark, she's bright, kind of like really cute maybe. And question number 2 in this tag is best font, and I have gone nowhere else other than the Grishaverse. I just think this font is like super nice. And you can't even see it, like, I just think it's really nice font. I'm pretty sure like all the chapters start with like the really nice font too. It's not the same as the front cover, but still super nice. Also feels like a fantasy novel, like the kind of font you'd see in a fantasy novel. Question number 3 in this tag is best simple cover, and I have picked obviously Imogen with this one. I think it's like unlike any other Becky Albertalli like front cover I've ever seen. Like she generally keeps with like her normal sort of aesthetic, and I'm glad with this one she sort of jumped in a different direction. Also I think the yellow and the blue kind of really complement each other, and I love this like aspect of it, like the feet on the front, and you kind of like don't know who's who. Obviously one of them is reaching up for a kiss or something, you know. You have to read. You have to read it to find out. Question number 4 in this tag is a book with the best end papers, and I have chosen probably what I think is like one of the prettiest book covers on my shelf. But When the Curtain Falls, this is probably my favorite Carrie Hope Fletcher book, because I feel like it is the one where I was like, she seems like most comfortable writing these characters in this world. But the end papers are like super pretty. The beauty of these books is that there is always stuff on the front cover and in the end papers, if they have them, that references to the story. I mean, you'd hope that in books, but it doesn't always happen. And these are absolutely gorgeous books. I love them. Also, I am a sucker for yellow as well, so like maybe that's why I like it so much. Question number 5 in this tag is a book with the best map, and I have to go with the Game of Thrones world. Like I just can't not pick it. Also there's just like so many maps within this book. Like you get like the original like sort of like maps of the world, and then you go deeper into like more of the like the, you know, down and then up, and then you also get like, I mean, not that anyone cares about the Iron Islands, but you get that, and then you also get a map of King's Landing. Like you get all the maps in this book, and I haven't really read another book that has like a lot of maps in it, so I'm like, I gotta give it to Game of Thrones on this one. Question number 6 in this tag is the book with the best naked hardback. Now I've picked Wonderstruck for this one. Like Wonderstruck is pretty amazing cover in general. Like I would dare say it's pretty cool, but then you take off this sleeve and it gets even better. Like what the hell? Like this, like the sky? Lightning? What is there not to like? Also, this is probably like my favorite that he's ever like drawn / written. The story is amazing. Not that there's anything wrong with Hugo Cabret, but this one is pretty fucking good. Question number 7 in this tag is best back cover, and I've picked Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. And if you have a little look-see on the back side, if you look super close, you can see Sirius right there. I mean, like, can you see him? He's like right there. Like, use your eyes, everyone. And I just think it's a really cool, because, you know, we've got Harry getting on the night bus here, and then his uncle lurking in the bushes. Or his godfather, sorry, not his uncle. I mean, you know, we wish it was his uncle, really, right? Question number 8 in this tag is a book with the best chapter headings, and I've decided to pick The Land of Stories, which I feel like I haven't spoken about like recently on the channel, but is still one of my favorite reads. It's just a good fun time, you know, with like fairy tale characters. What's not to like? But this is probably one of my favorites with the chapter headings. But this is like the very first chapter in the very first book is one of my favorite chapter headings because it says the Queen's visit and we're in prison, you know. Puts a lot of things into question about what the story is going to be and the wild ride that you're about to get in on. So question number 9 in this tag is a book with the best illustrations in it, and I have gone no further than The Ocean at the End of the Lane. This is probably one of my, actually I probably removed that word from that sentence, is my favorite Neil Gaiman story ever. I think also the like illustrations in it helped a lot because it really pushed the story forward for me, and I was like very intrigued on what was going to happen. It is such a whimsical tale of like kind of like amazement, and then like things get bad real quickly in this book, but then they get happy, but then it's also, it has a sad ending, but also like I feel like that sort of like he's straddling the lines between being horror and being sad, Neil Gaiman, you know? It's like his like niche, I feel. But this one is definitely worth the read, especially if you pick up the illustrated copy of it. It is amazing. I love it. 100% recommend it. Number 10 in this tag is Best Spine, which I feel like is such a strange question when you're not talking about books. Anyway, I've decided to go with the Percy Jackson series. I think this is like the UK edition of it or whatever, but the spines are amazing in it. The covers are truly amazing as well. Like you can see, I just can't get them out of the box. Okay, that's why they're still in there. But it's amazing. I'm a sucker for this kind of design where the like books all line up to make one image. They have been getting into it recently. I thought about rebuying or like selling my old copies of the Mortal Instruments because they line up, but I also realized that the new Mortal Instruments front covers suck. And I want to keep my trashy old ones. But I've got a copy of Harry Potter that does the exact same thing, so you can tell I'm a huge sucker for this sort of thing. And number 11 in this tag, which is also the last question on this tag, is what is your favorite cover on your bookshelves? And I have decided to pick A Day of Fallen Night, which I have not read, and I have not read, I mean, it's like, this one comes before the Orange Tree. I know that much, but the Orange Tree came out first, so I'm like, this is like not a sequel, like it's a prequel. I hate it when they do that, but like still, like I love it. But what's not to like? It's got like a fucking massive ass dragon on the front cover, so of course I'm gonna like it. And it's fantasy, and I know I should read it, and I know I should read The Orange Tree too, but like, who has the time? Look how big this motherfucker is. Anyway guys, that's all I've got for you today. Please like, subscribe, because that is always nice, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.